if they had an app for real estate agents so they could come out of getting their license and be successful, what would that app be teaching them if you were the developer?
I'd probably teach them the correct way to do open houses.
Or so just give me your perspective on open houses and why they're such a key pillar.
Oh, I still do open houses. Even with everything I do, I sell a lot of real estate and I still do open houses. I feel like they're just a needed thing. But somebody just getting into real estate, if they go in and do open houses, what I mean by that is do the research on the neighborhood, do the research on the area, the zip code, whatever you want to call it. Figure out how many houses have sold. What has the market trend been in this area? And more specifically, what's happened in this neighborhood? Have there been remodels? Have there been houses that have just sold as is, or people buying them, fixing them up, and reselling them? All that kind of information. And then I take it a little bit further. I like to try to, and I write it all down because I'll forget it, but I'll see a house that just sold, and then I'll look up who the seller was. And let's say it was Robert, whoever. Well, when I'm in the open house and somebody comes in, I love to do open houses the very first time, be the first one to do the open house. And the reason is who comes through open houses the very first time? All the neighbors.
The people that live right next door. Mm-hmm.
Or people that, hey, we're thinking about selling the house. Let's go check that place out.
Yeah.
Very important people that you want to get in front of. And when you get in front of them and they ask you a question about the neighborhood and you have the answer right there. I know you've been to open houses and you talk to the agent, you ask them 5 questions, they don't have an answer to any of them, but they'll get it for you. I'll look that up and get that for you. I can do that, right? I don't need you to look anything up for me. But if I have an answer for all 5 of those questions, and if I follow it up with, well, how many houses, have there been other sales in the neighborhood? Bob sold his house here. He had it listed for X, and it ended up selling for this. And then if I do some research and I find out Bob just bought a bigger house in the neighborhood, and I elaborate and tell them that, and then I do that 2 or 3 times, they're like, "This dude knows everything."